Happy Friday. Good morning. Definitely a day to get outside now, not later, because yes, it is going to be hot and sticky. Yeah, gross. That's all the things, right? The reasons to stay in air conditioning or the reasons to get into a pool, run through a sprinkler, something. It's going to be sticky, sticky hot. I will have to say, though, went out to dinner with some friends last night and we sat outside. Have you been to Bishop's Post? If you're outside of St. Louis, I would put it on your list. If you're in St. Louis and you haven't been there, definitely go there. I've been there several times and I just absolutely love their outside patio. I think they have one of the best in our area. So we were a little apprehensive to sit out last night because we thought it was going to be gross, but there was a little rain that started to fall and then they had the fans on and it felt amazing. So don't be afraid to be outside, but definitely need a fan or something. The Cards and the Cubs, by the way, are in action this weekend. St. Louis City SC also in action Saturday. And we've got the Muni. I really am hoping that we can get over to La Cage-aux-Folles. The Muni season will end, by the way, with Jersey Boys after La Cage-aux-Folles. So the season's wrapping up, and you know what happens. That means summer's about ready to end, and we're going to get into fall. I'm looking forward to that fall weather. Speaking of the weather, let's check in. I think he's in a better area with regards to temperatures. Our What the Weather segment brought to you by GradeWorks LLC. Let's check in with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, with our What the Weather segment.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one. Hey everyone, here's a look at the forecast for this weekend and then heading into next week. So for your Friday today, expecting sunny skies with a high back into the mid-90s. Yes, we have warmed back up into the mid-90s. Heading into Saturday, continuing with that sunshine, warming up to 95 degrees as your high. A couple of clouds coming into the area on Sunday, but still looking like a nice day, mostly sunny skies. Monday, continuing again with those sunny skies. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all expected to have highs around 90 with those mostly sunny skies. Have a great weekend and a great week ahead.
Isn't he just a sweetheart? I just love him. Again, his What the Weather segment brought to you by our friends at GradeWorks LLC. Remember that name. This is our sponsor of our What the Weather segment, Mike Vernacey. Mike came on with us about a month ago now, and they do a lot of work, including roofing, excavating, grading work. As I mentioned, Mike was just on the highways, doing wonderful work for us so that we have better streets. And I said, all the sod work that me and Jim did, I absolutely should have called Mike because the manual side of it takes 5 hours? With that kind of equipment, it probably takes a matter of minutes. So let him do that and take it off your plate so you can enjoy the wonderful things you like. GradeWorks LLC, by the way, you can check out their website right there, gradeworksmo.com. That's grade, WRXMO.com. And Mike, again, thank you for being one of our many sponsors. And that list, by the way, keeps rolling on. I have some breaking news about 2 brand new sponsors are going to start with us. One of them will be on next Monday. The other starting with us in September. We'll tell you about a Mobile Monica coming up on August 27th. Just boom, boom, boom. I am so excited about the amazing things that are happening right here on this show, on The Real Monica Adams Show. I see you all saying good morning as you're signing on. Remember, we are on multiple platforms for you. For those that don't want to be on Facebook, we've got YouTube and X. We've got Instagram and Rumble and LinkedIn. And again, is there a platform we're not on that you'd like for us to be on? Let me know. We also have the podcast that drops at 8 a.m. on Thursday morning. So yesterday, we dropped the interview we did with Jamie Rivers, former St. Louis Blues alumni. Check that out. Next week, John O'Leary. If you didn't hear that, well, what an amazing man, and his movie coming out in October, Soul on Fire. So we always take a really wonderful show that we do and we turn it into the audio podcast. So check that out. Yes, I see you all saying good morning, Joe and Stephanie and Sean and Carmen. How are you? We were just talking about you the other day. I hope you're having a great day dancing on this Friday morning. Linda, Julie. Dot is coming on with us. We are going to do real estate talk. We're going to talk about Friendship Friday. And I want you all right now, there's a reason for this, to go into your kitchen and today say, I got to clean out that junk drawer. What's in that drawer, right? Why do we hang on to so many things? Dot's going to talk to us about that in just a bit. I've been mentioning in the news over the last couple of weeks about the interest rates. You just heard in the news maybe 2 or 3 days ago the possibility of interest rates changing again. We were talking about the median price for a house in our immediate area. It was a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to ask her about a couple of those things. We're going to show some before and afters and how do you show the best version of your home. So many other things that we're going to talk about with Dot. And we've got a bonus show for you today that you don't want to miss. So when Dot and I wrap up, don't go anywhere. It's our Foodie Friday with my interns, as you see in the description today, both Gabriel and Hayden joining me, because Hayden says he makes a mean banana bread. Okay, we'll find out just how good it is. So don't go anywhere. We've got a big show on tap for you today, kicking things off with our real estate exec from Coldwell banker Gundaker, Fleshman. She joins us. And then again, Foodie Friday with Slyman Brothers. All of that on tap for you right here on The Real Monica Adams Show. And if you haven't been to Crunch Fitness yet, please do so. That is the place in town to work out. In fact, I've got to get my dear friend to come and join me there. Let me bring her on again. She is with Coldwell banker Gundaker, Fleshman. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
So good to see you. Both of us having bright, cheery colors on this morning. Is that orange or coral?
Yep.
Yeah, looking good, my friend. Looking good. Going into the weekend, you have any plans this weekend outside?
I'm doing some things with the kids. A lot of soccer tournaments and stuff like that. Wrapping up before school starts for the grandkids.
Yep. Well, good luck because it's going to be hot.
Right. Stay
So,
hydrated.
yeah. So before we get into some of the things I know Dot wants to talk about today, I was recently driving around. I think I was listening to KMOX and they were talking about interest rates. Where are we with interest rates right now? Are they getting ready to change again?
Well, we were hoping they were getting ready to change. They're planning on it. First of all, they are down much lower than they were before. We're at about the high, you can get in the high fives or in the low sixes, like 6.2, 6.4, something like that. And of course, interest rates always are variable based on, your credit score and all of that. So, but yes, they do plan on them going down.
Okay. And then I mentioned earlier that I was looking, and this was maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I remember saying it in the news going, oh, I got to bring this up to Dot. The median price of a home in our area, what numbers are you seeing?
So it depends on the area. Average in the St. Louis average St. Louis area is in the 300s.
Okay. And
But
so what area would that be?
that's the average within the metropolitan city area. But
City.
like for
Okay.
instance, out in town and country, out there, the median is at like
Right.
500,000. That's
Because
because
I don't know what the source was that we were looking at, but it was in the news and I said 470,000. So I don't know what area that was, but yes, so outside of the city, I would say, let's just say St. Louis County a whole, but then it starts to break down into municipalities, so obviously town and country, Ladue, Kirkley,
correct,
Clayton, they're going to be higher.
correct,
But
correct.
that,
It's
that
all
seems high to
geographically
me.
speaking.
I don't know. It just seemed high to me. But then again, you look, how does St. Louis compare to others, or how does our area compare to other states?
St. Louis compares tremendously. Actually, we have people who actually are moving to Missouri, to the St. Louis area because of how great our rates, our pricing is on our homes. You get more home for value within
Yep.
our areas. Of course, East Coast, West Coast, it's just gotten really out of hand. You
Yep.
almost can't even afford to live in some of these areas. But Missouri is one of the areas that people even like sports I don't want to say sports fans, but people athletes
Uh-huh.
who play sports stay in St. Louis just because it's such a great place to raise your family, raise your kids. Prices are good, compared to other areas.
Absolutely. We've talked to so many of the former Blues players that when they wrap up, they stay here. I mean, they fall in love because St. Louis does have the best fans, but they do. They fall in love with our area, and maybe they have a couple homes, but they don't let go of the home here because they get so much for their value. I love it. Linda just said, "Good morning, Dot. Love our Dot days on the Monica Show. Love it."
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we if you're new to our shows, by the way, with Dot Fleshman, let me give you her information so you can find her. She is a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Gundaker. Her phone number is 314-324-3317. And you can email her Fleshman at cbrealty.com. And then .fleshman.com is her website. And we always start with some real estate news, and then we have some fun friendship news for you. And then I know you're a baker and a cook and just everything. So I look forward for you to see our intern making banana bread, by the way, after our show together. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right. So let's start with this. So the latest client closings. And again, you just keep rolling along, my friend. I am so proud of you. And of course, all of your clients that trust Dot to do what she does well. I mean, when it comes time for you to buy your home, sell your home, this is the woman that I want you to buy from, as a lot of people have been doing so. So let's run through some of these.
Right. So this was our latest closing, and Chris and Lauren, they've just upgraded. They're moving. So this is going to be a two-part deal. That's always wonderful, where you get to sell their home, but they also bought a home. They bought an amazing home out in the county, out in the Baldwin area, and they're going to love it.
Well, congratulations. And again, every time I turn around, I mean, you pay attention so you can follow Dot on social media as well. Where are you most active? Facebook?
Facebook.
Okay. So follow her on there, because every time I turn around, I always tell Jim, I'm like, yay. I'm like, Dot's sold another one. Dot's buying another one. Like, she's on a roll.
It's been a busy market. It's been a busy market. And, the thing is so many people need help. I've got a client who is out of town and needed help. So he reached out to me, and we were able to get his house purchased. He bought a condo, and that's what that was about. So the thing with right now is I have people say to me, Monica, wow, are people still buying houses? How are the rates? And some people think, because they're not in, this is my job, this is what I do, and that they're not into it every day. They're like, are we still in the 7 and 8s? I'm like, what? No. No, we're in the 6s, and really we're at good rates right now. Honestly, if you can get a house in that low 6s and high 5s, and let's just say you happen to be one of those people who purchased maybe in 2019, 20, 21, 22, when rates were really low, you've got so much more equity into your house that it's not going to be such a difference in your a lot of times people want to sell their house and then upgrade, so that might be a difference in your payment. But I mean, you've got a lot more equity in your home from when you bought it at a 2 to 3% rate versus going into a high 5, low 6 rate.
How many closings did you have in July?
3.
And then we talked about this. This one really kind of eked in right before we were wrapping up the month. So congratulations to our dear friend and our regular viewer, Anne.
My favorite, Anne. Yeah.
Yep.
She's one of our...
Anne's doing the same thing that this couple did, right? So she bought a place and she's selling her place with you.
That's correct. That is correct. And so sometimes you don't do it that way. Sometimes people just move, they might sell their house and move in with their boyfriend, girlfriend, or they might, maybe there's a deceased parent, so they just need to sell a house. So it's always like a one-part deal, but it's always great when you get to get both sides, and you get to not only help them sell their house, but also help them, buy their next forever home.
How do you calm the nerves of someone? Again, if you're just tuning in, you can see on the screen here, Dot Fleshman, Coldwell Banker, Gundaker, Realtor. And so the people who have been, like Ann was, in their place for almost 3 decades, they get scared, they get nervous, they get excited, they have buyer's remorse, then they get excited again. So it's this, right? We were talking about the bevy of emotions. What did you do to her to help her calm down?
Well, that is true, Monica, with a lot of things, because, it's the biggest, investment that you're going to make. And even myself, I mean, we all kind of say, oh my gosh, I love it. And then you're so, you get into that. And then right when it's like, you're getting ready to sign, you're like, okay, hold on. Do I really, really love it? I mean, these numbers start to look crazy, that you guys start making those payments and all that kind of stuff. But then once you move in, you're like, oh my gosh, this was the best thing ever. But I mean, it is a little bit of a roller coaster. And then you got your spouse, you got your family members, your friends, whoever it is, sharing things with you and saying things like, well, it had that one crack. There's 99 amazing things about this house, and someone's going to talk about that one crack. So then you start listening to that, you start questioning yourself. But that's normal. It's so normal because I mean it's a big investment. And but what's really cool is when you do start getting those boxes and you do start packing, and then the moving truck comes, and then you get to your new house and you see it. I've got clients. I can't wait to show you some other ones. I know we're doing some this time, but next month I'm going to try and do some additional before and afters. My clients bought this house that was a beautiful home, but it was dated. The woman passed away. She was older. She lived there forever, and there was not a room that didn't have wallpaper.
Oh yeah.
So
Which wallpaper has changed a lot over the years, right? I mean, are people still doing wallpaper and it's more modernized now?
it's different. If you are going to do wallpaper, you're not doing trim. You're just doing one wall,
Ah.
like an accent wall, and that's about it. I mean, if you're going to do more than one wall, it's going to be something that's small and subtle, but like not every room in your house. It's more accent now than before. Before it was like cover all the walls, put up this trim, match your curtains with it. That's just dated at this point.
Yep. Right. And so that's the thing, and we have discussed this in past shows that when it comes time for you to say, okay, I think I'm going to put my house on the market, then you have someone like Dot come in and say, okay, these are the things that we probably should do to show the best version of your house, which we want to talk about. First impressions, right? When selling your home. So you can't get your feelings hurt, by the way, because people are coming in, everybody has different styles, and they're probably going to change a lot of things. But before we would get our house ready, what are the main things that you would say to do to get that house ready?
Oh my gosh, Monica. So first impressions for sure, 100% first impressions are, and it's kind of like going to, let's just say you're hungry and you're going to go to a bakery and
Yep.
you go in there, it's a beautiful bakery, and then you go in there and they just have like a cupcake here and a piece of something there, and they didn't display it right, and it's not organized generally how you see something in a bakery. It's all lined up and it's beautiful, and that's the appealing factor.
Mhm.
It's still going to taste good, but it's like one thing there, one thing, and you're going to back out. You're going to look at your house and say, okay, start at the curb. I'm going to start at the street. I'm going to look at your house. And the first thing we're going to talk about is let's get it power washed. I don't care if it's a brick home. I don't care if it's siding. Let's get it power washed. Let's really get it clean. Have a company come out and clean your windows, or do it yourself. I mean, either way, all of these things you can do yourself, or you can hire someone to do. But get those windows cleaned. Get your landscaping trimmed and looking nice. No, if there's a sidewalk, no one should have to walk around the sidewalk to get past a bush. You trim that bush up and let people walk on the sidewalks. Trim your grass. And I'm talking front and back.
Mhm.
If you have lights strung out in the back, make sure that they're not hanging down. Everything is about first impressions. Your mailbox numbers is a big thing as well, Monica, because over the years they just get so
Warren, you don't see them anymore.
worn, and you can almost like not see them from the street. Or some people will get fancy and they'll put some light fixtures up, but they don't realize that now you can't see the number because
Yeah.
of that light fixture. So there's just all these types of things. And if someone right now, we've got daylight, but during the winter, when we have daylight savings and it's a little bit darker, like at 4 or 5 o'clock, and we're still showing houses after work, it's hard to look at that number. So you want to make sure that the numbers look good on your house. You want to make sure your mailbox is not leaning.
You
And
know
they
what?
say "It's always leaned." Well, let's make it not lean.
Yeah, well, again, attention to detail, which is so very important. And that's why you hire someone like that. Again, when she's getting everything ready for you to make that house ready for people to go, wow, this is it. And I want to put an offer down. And there's multiple offers. Yes, you got to find the home first and foremost. What's happening? I can't find the house. I can't see a number. Do people go around anymore and say, can I paint numbers? I haven't had that in a long, long time.
What is it? Can you what?
So, do you remember when people used to go, like, it's probably younger kids, entrepreneurs, that used to say, knock on the door and go, "Can I paint your house number?" Right? They would put it on the street curb so that you would have. Do you know that?
No.
They used to do that. I remember. Anybody verify this for me and tell me, by the way, if it still happens. They would come around and then they would have the stencils and they probably spray paint. I don't know what they used, but they would put to where you had the number so you could clearly see what that house number was right there on the curb besides on your mailbox. So it was easy to find. I remember that growing up. And I remember, I think when I was at my house, so this was at least in my upper 20s, 30s, but I haven't heard of anybody doing that in a long time. Let me know if anybody still does it because it made it easier to find your house.
So here's what's funny about that, Monica. I've pretty much lived in the city most of my life outside of that 11 years. But as a city person, we don't have curbs. I mean, like that out in the county. But we also have lights. That was always my big thing. It's like I would go out to my friend's house at night and I'm like, don't you people have lights around here? I can't see. And then you like accidentally, drive on someone's grass because you're not sure like, where you're going.
Yes.
Thus, this is why you see people who put those like rocks around the corner out in the county. Like if you have a corner lot,
Yeah.
you see these big rocks there so that no one drives on their lawn.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably been me back in the day. But, there's a difference. It's a little darker out there. You got a lot more lights in the city. So there's so many variables. But I mean, it's hard to get used to the other.
You just brought up a good point. So how important is it for you to look at lighting and for your landscaping?
Landscaping lighting and lighting for your house, like just lighting up your house a little bit. So when you drive by and you see those lights up on a house,
Yes.
I mean, lighting is not that expensive and it makes such a difference. Exterior as well as interior. Lighting is everything. You can walk into a room and once you have like lighting over your cabinets, lighting under your cabinets, or just lighting in general, sconce lighting, etc. It's such a difference. And yeah.
And up lighting, down lighting, yes. Can you spend a ridiculous amount of money in lighting? Sure, but do you have to? No. I mean, you can go up to just your hardware store and buy solar lights now. We landscaped right when you pull up at the top of our driveway, and then I put 4 little solar lights there by our fountain, and then 4 by our landscaping back by the pool. And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, that looks so beautiful." And I was like, "Yes," and it was inexpensive, just little touches of solar lights. So it's gotten less and less expensive over the years, and it's just that little touch that people notice. Again, little details matter.
Correct. And lighting inside of your house. If so we talk about first impressions. Once that was outside, once you get inside, and by the way, let's just stay with first impressions on the outside. So people like to get everything nice and clean and organized, and they forget the details, kind of like trimming the tops of your bushes. You know how you have a bush, but you got those 5 things sticking up?
Yep.
Or even they're going to go check out because if you've got a garage that's a detached garage,
right?
A lot of city homes have these detached garages. You might you'll want to make sure that is clean as well. They're going to open the door and look inside, so you don't want to have all your junk that you just moved and just shoved in there. Everything should be organized. And what we're doing, Monica, if we're going to move, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to call me. I'm happy to work with you on any questions you have, but it's really starting months out, months out. And that is getting things out of your home that's not touched, not used, don't care, or broken. Just get rid of it at this point.
And I'm going to give you her phone number again because I know a lot of you sign in every second. If you have to rush off, come back and listen to all the wonderful things that Dot's telling you. 314-324-3317 is her phone number. And then again, you can find her by emailing her Fleshman@cbrealty.com. All right. We're going to take a break. I see a couple of questions coming in, a couple of comments. When we come back, we're going to show you some listings that you have coming up, as well as before and after. And then we're going to get into our friendship talk. And I mentioned at the beginning, I want you all to go in and be real with us because Dot and I are going to get real with you. Look at your junk drawer. By the way, I have 3. I took a picture of 3 of them for Dot, and we're going to show you all of those when we return. This is my wonderful role model, one of my best friends.
Oh my gosh, you got a long life. You could probably probably live to be 130 or something. And I said, oh God, I hope not.
It's getting hot in here. Don't take off all your clothes.
I'm not going to take off my clothes. On the radio tape, going to
Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. We're gonna spank. We're gonna speak. We're not gonna spank anybody. We are gonna speak about knowing your value, and then I'm gonna.
I'm going to spank them.
If you don't know your value and you don't grab hold of how important you are, I'm gonna spank you. Folks, you never know what you're gonna get with her. Oh my gosh, that always makes me laugh. I just absolutely adore her. We have to get Mom back on. If you don't know your value, I'm going to spank you. That's my favorite comment. By the way, if you're just tuning in, again, my friend Fleshman, you see her on with us once a month on our Friendship Friday, our real estate talk. We have got to reschedule our lunch with our mamas.
Oh my gosh, Monica, we do. I'm going to write it down.
Please do, because Dot and I had that plan. Look, this is something we can definitely teach you in our friendship talk, which is grab hold of the reins. If you have to be the leader that makes the plans, do it. Don't get upset because people say that you're always the leader. So what? Someone always has to be in that role. So for Dot and I, we both are in that role. We had it happen. I think this is how long ago it was. It was bad weather. Right?
Yes.
We didn't want them going out in snow. Okay, that's
right.
silly. So that's too long ago. We've got to make it happen. Life is so short and it's just passing us by. So mama and daughter lunch is on tap for us for sure. Okay, so we've been talking about some real estate. We are going to show you some listings that are coming up. So for those of you that are in the market right now and you're thinking, I'd like to see some homes that Dot has, let's take a look at these. So where's this one, Dot?
So this one is in the city, and it's on Parker. It's right by Tower Grove Park at Tower Grove South, and it is the cutest little house. And it is going to be on the market for about $220. It's going to go active probably within the next few weeks. And if anyone has anyone that they know, for $220, this is such a great house. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It does have a garage in back for 1 car, but it also has a carport. Nice yard in the back where you can sit and hang out. Living room. It's got a nice sized dining room, kitchen.
And again, this is for you all to know. I love this about real estate agents when they say, hey, I'm giving you a heads up on something before it even hits the market, before anybody even sees the listing. So you're privy to this because you watch our show together. So there's one of them. And then here's another listing. Is this out yet or is this still coming?
That one is still, it is not active yet.
Okay.
And we are getting ready to make that one active within the next few weeks as well. That one is on Victor and is down off of like Jefferson, Compton area on the other side of Tower Grove Park, which is a really fun neighborhood. It's got more of a young kind of crowd, but this is a 3-story home. You can't see the top because I took the picture the wrong way. That's okay, but it's a 3-story. So you walk in, you've got your like living area, your kitchen, your bathroom, etc. You go upstairs to the bedrooms and baths, and then you got a 3rd story for either another bedroom, bathroom, or it's just storage or whatever. You just need a kid's room, toy room, office, whatever.
So let me ask this. I don't know if anybody's ever asked this question in the past, or if we have. I think we may have mentioned it, but it's been a long time. If you're looking for a real estate agent and you're saying, oh, okay, well, where does Dot all go to represent and sell homes and buy homes? So what is your region, your area?
Absolutely. Anywhere from the city. I don't do anything in Illinois, but anything from the city all the way out to like Lake St. Louis.
Okay.
And then as far as Washington area as well. So You got Washington, you've got, Lake St. Louis all the way in the city. So pretty good metropolitan area. I don't really go anything further than St. Clair.
Okay.
I don't go out past Wentzville or Illinois.
So again, St. Louis County, St. Louis City, maybe Franklin County area would be. Do you go into St. Francis County?
No,
St. Genevieve? No. Okay. So again, but if someone's out that way,
but
I love the fact that real estate agents work really well together
you
and
do.
she can refer you to someone.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know so many wonderful agents, and so if someone does say, "Hey, we're looking for a house. We'd really like to buy something, but we're thinking of, like you said, St. Genevieve," absolutely. Let me connect you to some of the other amazing agents that are maybe in like different areas, like maybe in the Festus office, that works out in that way or whatever.
Okay, and so Kathleen said, I really enjoy hearing and seeing Dot on the show. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Babs, good morning to you. Rose, hi, Dot. Do people still throw pies in the oven before an open house for the smell, and does it really work?
That is a great question. When I first got in the industry, I did do that actually once, and I cleaned up and everything. And of course, we turned off the oven and everything, but I left the pie in the oven. I had to call the clients and say, "There's a pie in your oven." But you know what's even better is cookies. And you know what
Cookies.
they have now? They have candles that you can
Oh,
light that smell
that
like
smell of
cookies.
cookies?
There's a what's that butter cake thing that everyone has in St. Louis?
Gooey butter cake?
Gooey butter cake. There's actually a gooey butter cake candle.
Very smart. But then I'm
Right.
gonna be looking around though, and I want to eat it. So maybe have a candle and have some gooey butter cake from Russell's or
Right.
from Park Avenue Coffee, because I swear they have the best gooey butter cake in our
Right,
area.
right. But you
Very
can light those candles and make it smell good. And that is another first impressions thing. I'm so glad you guys brought that question up. I do ask my clients to put, depending on the size of the house, get 2 to 3 plugins and you put them in,
yep.
because when you live in your house, there's a certain smell. But when you no longer live there and you've got an empty house, whether it's staged or not,
Mhm.
there's no air circulation really. There's no windows and doors opening. There's no perfume being put on and foods being cooked, etc. So you could have like that stagnant smell. So I do ask that you do plug those in. And even in your house currently, it's good to have like 1 or 2 just, to make sure that, if you've got pets so that no one walks in, especially if you have cats, if you're a cat person,
Mhm.
cats and showings are really tough. They're
Yep.
really tough. That you've got agents. You'll see sometimes on the MLS it will say, "Please show at your discretion." Please, in capital letters, don't let the cat out.
Who
Afraid
let
to
the
show
cat
the
out?
house. You're afraid the cat's going to sneak out, and you'll be responsible.
Let me ask this, because there are some of those plugins that I think are off-putting, right? They're very overpowering. Would you, staging homes and then telling people first impressions, are there certain smells that are better than others?
Yes, it's a great question. And stay away from rose or anything odd. Maybe not everyone likes those smells. You want to just get something that's called clean scent.
Yep.
Something that's like laundry or clean
Laundry.
scent, just a very
Cotton.
mellow smell. Even lavender. Someone thought
Yeah.
lavender because it's very calming,
Yep.
but lavender can be overpowering. And if
You
it's
yeah.
yeah, too
Some
much
people hate
lavender,
lavender, but
yeah,
I think like those cotton ones or laundry, those are
right.
perfect. Those are my go-tos. I like those. But yes, if
Simple.
you are selling a home, some of those, you think it might be one of your favorites, but everyone's like, "What is this?" But you're
Yeah,
right.
you definitely have to be careful. That's a great question. You definitely have to be careful with scents. And if you are listing your house and you live in your house, which a lot of people do that, they just have to leave, when they have showings. I let those clients know that during this period of time, there's certain foods they just cannot cook in their house.
Yeah.
That's fish,
Liver
that's
and onions.
liver and onions. Oh my gosh, even popcorn that
Oh, really?
permeates. Popcorn, because it permeates and it just sticks in that house for just a few days. So those are certain smells you just want to make sure that. I tell them just this is the period of time where you get to go out to eat. To go out
Exactly.
to eat. These are smells you don't want in your house.
Good question. And I had to laugh when you said no rose. We love Rose Presley, but no rose smell.
Hi, Rose. Of course, no rose
I
smell.
finally got to meet Rose, by the way, and Dot would have, but
We're going to one
let's
day.
be real and say what happened. Dot was coming to our live broadcast at the Tea Spout, but something happened to your son that let's pray for him. How's EJ doing?
He's doing great. He had another finger issue. He's in construction, and something fell on his hand. And I don't really want to talk about the details. I didn't see the pictures, and I kept saying I don't want to see the pictures and I don't want to know the details. But people were talking, like my family would say, "Can they connect it?" I'm like, "I'm done. I don't want to hear.
Don't
I
talk
don't want
about
to know."
suffering.
So poor guy. I'm not even sure if he's even back to work. I think he even starts next week. But yeah, it was not good. It took, I think, something like 3 surgeons in 6 hours or something to figure out
Well,
how to
and
get that
so
work.
here's the deal. So he's not only dealing with that. You all know, if you've been watching, that he and his wife Lexi, they have a child that is a newborn that was in the NICU and is now, is little Johnny even up to 4 pounds yet?
He's at 4 pounds.
Oh, yay!
He
See,
was
all your
two
prayers have
pounds,
worked.
2 ounces. And he
Yay!
now, the last I heard was 4 pounds, 2 ounces. However, he started taking a bottle. So I think he's going to start growing even quicker now. So yeah, he's so beautiful. He's such a beautiful baby, and he's still so little tiny, but he's getting bigger. He's getting bigger. I mean, he's at 4 pounds. He literally doubled his weight,
Well, yeah,
but
because what was he when he was born?
two
2?
pounds, two
Oh,
ounces.
that's just so scary. But again,
Yeah.
for all of you, I know you had asked in the past weeks, and so your prayers are working, and thank you for that. Yeah, absolutely. Dad told me the other day he finally was able to wear clothes.
Yeah, they put little clothes on him because he's in there. He's got things hooked up to him, so normally he's just like in his little diaper.
Yeah.
But
Again, all these amazing things. All right. If you're just tuning in, you see on the screen, Dot Fleshman, Coldwell banker, Gundaker realtor. We're talking real estate. Before we get into, a lot of you are weighing in already about the junk drawers. Hang on a second. Before we do that, let's talk about before and afters.
so this is my client. They bought this beautiful house. It was just a little dated because the people that lived there were older. And as you can see in the first picture, the whole room is wallpapered, and then they've got this wallpaper trim up at the top, and it's like, my goodness. But then they could see the vision. They bought this house looking like that, and a lot of rooms had wallpaper and just dated, but they could see the vision. And look at this second photo. I mean, it is modern, it is updated, it is classic, and it's gorgeous. I mean, they did such an amazing job. And look how just simple that was versus that big, huge chandelier. And they got updated, and again, updated lighting makes a big difference. They did some light on the sconces on the wall. A table is a table. However, it's really more like the wallpaper.
Oh, and so the thing is, when people see something, I know it's hard for a lot of people because they'll go into a home. And I think one of the hardest things is to look beyond and be able to have that vision of this is what we will turn it into. But that's why I love interior designers so much, and just having that person that's their wheelhouse. Let them guide you, lead you. I love all the digital things now where they can show you this is what your home could look like. This is what your room could look like. These pictures. So is this the same home? This is a different home.
This is the same home.
Okay.
And really, I don't know if you can tell in the picture, but they had these floors redone. So you walked in, all hardwood floors, and look at the difference.
Yeah.
They had them steamed and cleaned, and then just a very light shine to them.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
That's a big difference.
huge difference. And so when you walk in, and it feels good. And the thing with this is, the gentleman who used to live there was a smoker. So the smoke smell was everywhere.
Yeah.
And so when you start pulling it out of the woodwork, things are better. And so now, you take down the wallpaper, you redo you steam the hardwood floors. Amazing. They've done an amazing transformation. And I can't wait for them to see the new kitchen, because they're going to redo their kitchen as well.
Absolutely. All right. So that's our real estate talk. Again, if you want to get in touch with Dot, and I know a lot of you love her so much, you've trusted her. She's been on with us this last year. Remember her phone number. Take it down, 314-324-3317. Again, Fleshman at cbrealty.com. The website, fleshman.com. Check her out on Facebook. Follow her on social media, because you'll start to see the people who, again, left and right are trusting her, and they sell their home. They're buying a home. So again, it may not be your time right now, but when it is, I greatly appreciate the fact that you use her. So if there's a topic or a guest you would like to see on the show, you're seeing here at the bottom, there's my email address. So if you ever forget anything that Dot and I have talked about, you can also shoot me an email. All right, when we come back, we're going to transition into our fun friendship talk. And I want you all to be real with us, because we're going to get real. We all have the junk drawer. Do not say that you don't. I don't care how organized you are. Again, every single person, there's something in your home that I would say, oh, see, That one you didn't pay attention to detail. And why do you have that in your drawer? So Dot gave me a picture of hers. I just told her I have 3 that I'm going to show you. We're going to do that with Dot Fleshman when we return. Let me tell you about our friends at Gundaker. And I talked about this before. He had a bucket of chlorine and he was putting it in the pool. We've had to do this so much more this year. Do you all agree with me on this? Than we ever have. I don't know if it's this weather, this oppressive hot humidity, the rain that we've had, but we keep getting algae in the pool, and we've got the shock, we've got the chlorine, we have the pH, we have the alkalinity, but somehow there's just something that's a little off. And if that is the case, then you need to take your water sample up to our friends at Just Pools, check them out and say, hey, what's going on? Here's what it looks like. You might even want to take a picture of what the pool looks like. So if it's got a little green tint to it, etc., let them know what's going on and they will take care of it for you. Leave it up to them. Don't try to go at it alone. Just Pools, the pool and spa specialist, again, located on the West Outer Road. Give them a call, 636-464-7110. And I said this one time and someone said, thank you so much for letting me know. I didn't know that they were a Pentair warranty service repair station. Yes, authorized Pentair. So 3987 West Outer Road South in Arnold. Take it to them and they can take care of you.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
And welcome back to the Real Monica Adams Show. My host, I'm the host, my guest. you are my host.
I'm going to spank you.
If you know, you know. You understand what she just said.
Right.
Okay, so again, my guest is Dot
Right.
Fleshman. She is again with Coldwell Banker Gundaker. And when it is time for you to hire a real estate agent, please do so with Dot. She is the best in the business. So we just talked about our real estate talk. Now we're going to get into friendship talk, and we've got some fun things to start with. Some of you have already been weighing in, so that's perfect, and we'll go ahead and get right to it. So I'm going to show you Dot's, and I'll show you my 3. So Dot wants to talk about junk drawers that we all have. Be honest, you all have one of these. Here's Dot's. Dot, do you need all the stuff in there?
Well, sometimes it's a little mini survival kit, like you absolutely need something. So you go digging into your junk drawer and maybe you find what you need, just like a safety pin or something. I don't know. But here's how this whole, yes. Do I need everything in there? I mean, kind of, I do. It's like, I don't know, like what's
the most obscure thing that's in there? What's that green stuff in the back? Is that tea bags? What is that?
You know what that is? That's the stuff that when you get flowers, you put that stuff in
Oh,
there.
well, that's smart. That is
You don't
smart.
want to throw it away. And like,
Nope.
really, where does that go?
Glue stick. You've got, we all have too many batteries. Or maybe not. You always
Too
need
many,
batteries.
So the junk drawers, really have most of those things. And so junk drawer, let's just start with junk drawer is not junk. It's a
Essentials.
flexibility place where you can go put things that doesn't actually have a home at this point. And have you ever had a junk drawer? Because you've got 3. So maybe
Sure.
junk drawers also can be where you put something just in case you're not ready to throw it away.
Look,
So
I want to break this down. It's upside down, but the one on the top right, that is my drawer where I put bills, and they all have paid, just in case someone comes back and says I haven't. I've got it documented. I have it dated. I have checks that are in there. I have cards. Now I hang on to cards, and sometimes I say, do I really need all these cards? But I love to go back and look at cards and see the things that people said for birthdays or just because. So that's one. The top left one is from our home when we moved in. It's manuals, it's things that the former owners kept for us, or things for our pool, for our septic system. It's going back and, knowing who we use. And then the middle one, that drawer has stationery. It has probably things like you have. It's got batteries in it. I've got little lighters in it. But again, we're all being real. Where else would you put those? To me, those are the essential drawers.
Exactly. So where you put it, so all of this came to me from, I had a client and we got the whole house organized. And this happened to be a house that we had to, they were living in their house and we had to show it that way, et cetera. So they had to get everything clean and organized. It was not empty. And she organized everything. And she said to me, I got my junk drawer organized. And I said, well, like, how did you organize it? And she said, I went into this organization company and organization or organ something and more, whatever. And she got these things to put in there and she kind of like organized it. But really, honestly, everyone's got a junk drawer. That's what I said to her. Everyone's got a junk drawer somewhere. And it's for all those little things like a paper clip or a safety pin, or, and maybe maybe the paper clip goes into your office, but maybe your office is upstairs and you don't want to run upstairs with one paper clip in there. So you're like, I'll just throw it in here. And you get your flowers and you didn't use your whatever that stuff is called, so you throw it in there, or your glue stick, and you needed it last minute. So you've got all that stuff in there. Now, if I took everything out of there, could I go put it somewhere? I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
But it's funny. You just talked about organizing. We had Jennifer Williams on from St. Louis Closet Company in January, as everybody makes the New Year's resolutions to get more organized. She did my closets, as you know, and they still, by the way, I'm happy to tell you, all look wonderful. But she said after that, you start looking at other things, and she literally said, take drawers. Now, did she say the word junk drawer? No, she just said, take drawers and start to organize them. Those could be where you have your utensils and you need to clean it out because there's crumbs. It could be where you have your, stuff that you use for your stove, but it's just the drawers. To me, those are the office supply kind of essential drawers that we all call junk.
Exactly. So the whole junk drawer thing is, it reflects real life, Monica. Everyone's got
Amen.
somewhere.
It's real. Can we just say
not
it's
in
real?
your kitchen? Maybe it's in your bathroom. Maybe it's in your bedroom. Maybe it's in your office. But there's that one place. And so my question is, what items do people put in there besides mine? And like, there's a fly swatter in there just because it's one of those little ones that you can like pull out and like, push back in and stick it in there. I'm like, I don't know. Where do people keep these?
My problem that, so I also have, I go to a lot of, as you know, I go to a lot of auctions, silent auctions, and I'll get certificates for dinners, etc., experiences. I'll put them in this little plastic sleeve I have. And then the more that gets into the quote unquote junk drawer, it slides and goes to the underneath. And I'm like, where are the certificates? Someone moved them. And then Jim goes, look underneath. Sure enough, they fell underneath. So that's where we need organization. All right. We want you to all be real. We just typed into the comments, come on, y'all have a junk drawer. Just be real with us, because exactly what Dot's saying is more authenticity. Linda said, just like me, I have 3 junk drawers in my kitchen, but each drawer has something specific, so we know where to look. I organize them a couple times a year, toss and keep, right? Toss and keep the piles. Rose, when are we all going to Defiance Ridge? I'll bring a few friends who keep talking about selling their homes. Okay, so I tell you what, I will get in touch with Dot. I'll ask her when she and Ronnie maybe can join us out there. I would like for you all to do it on a wet your whistle, but it's probably hard for Dot at 4:00 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, isn't it?
Sometimes, it depends on like how far out, but in this industry, what's so hard, Monica, is I can save space and save time for something. Okay. But if a house goes on the market and a client's been looking and they call you and they say, this is the house, this is it, and I have to see it today, I'm like, of course.
Right. Yeah. Well,
So
exactly.
because there's a timing issue to it.
She's working for them. Well, I tell you what, so every other Wednesday, we are at Defiance Ridge for our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday from 4 until about 5 o'clock, but they are open later on Wednesdays and Thursdays until 9 o'clock. So we absolutely can hang around. I mean,
Sure.
obviously, that's work related, Rose. If you've got
Right.
people who are looking to sell their homes, then bring them to the table. We would love that. Rose, I promise you, just like Dot and I are making our mother-daughter lunch happen, I will make sure that Dot and I talk about that. We will get the plan on the books.
All
Guaranteed.
right.
Okay. Babs, my junk drawer defies description. What to keep and what to toss is the question. Broken pieces of china and pottery? What?
Oh, okay. Okay. So who was that?
This is Barbara or Babs.
Barbara Babs. Okay. So that means you just need to go get some glue.
Yes.
Just find that time to go get the glue that piece back to whatever you need to do, and then that comes out of the junk drawer, and now something's repaired. But see
Well,
what I'm
look,
saying? It's a
she can borrow
temporary
from
place,
you. Dot, she can borrow the glue from you. It's right there in your drawer.
right? Right.
Now, do you use glue stick or do you use Gorilla Glue?
So that was a glue stick that you saw in there, but I do use Gorilla Glue. But
Yep.
sometimes, like the flap of my shoe gets lifted, so I use that glue stick.
The flat. Okay, I remember going out with Dot and Ron and some other friends. We went to the movies, and Dot's
Oh.
shoe fell apart completely.
My shoe broke, right? Completely broke. It was terrible.
Debbie says, Babs, mine too. I did recently buy an organizer from IKEA for my junk drawer. Still is a cluster, you know what, but more organized. I had to chuckle with the broken pieces of china. I get it. Okay, I love that. Everybody being real. That's what we need. Carrie says, yes, the miscellaneous drawer or the essential drawer. Start calling it that, and then you won't feel bad about yourself.
And
Linda
women,
said,
and even women with makeup.
makeup.
Like,
oh, yeah.
we have makeup on top of makeup on top of makeup, and then a new lipstick and a new this. I got a story about lipstick later. But anyway, all this other kind of stuff. And it's like at one point, I literally just took everything out and I was like, when you've got that pencil and it's like this short now, like it's like this small, you're like, okay, I'm done with this. I got to toss it.
I'm glad you didn't ask me to take a picture of my cabinet in my bathroom because I sat there and looked the other day. I'm like, do I really need all these hair products? Do I really need all these bath products? I'm like, yes, at some point I do.
At some point,
We tell
that's when you
ourselves
put
that.
it in a basket and you put it off to the side.
You put it by the bathtub and you think it looks pretty. Linda
Right.
said, I use old pill bottles for paper clips and pins and tacks, etc. Also plastic trays. If it's not organized, I go crazy. Oh, yep. See, very, very detail oriented.
That's such a great idea.
Oh,
You
look
just,
at her. Look at her.
right?
See? That's what we love about our wonderful Real Monica Adams viewers, the Monica's Maniacs. They give us great ideas. Okay, we're talking again with Dot about Friendship Friday now. We transitioned out of our real estate aspect. So we're talking about that one drawer full of just random what you consider to be your junk drawer. All right, let's talk about delusional purchases that we swore would change our lives.
So I know I'm not the only person out there, but sometimes you get out there and you're like, oh my gosh, this is something that's really good. Like, I really need this, and then you buy it, and maybe you never used it, maybe it just sits there, and just waiting. Like, I don't know, just funny things. But so this is what happens when it's late at night and it's like you're laying in bed and you're on TikTok just to be like laughing at some other stuff or whatever, and then all of a sudden you buy something.
Yep.
Late at night you buy something. So I decided to buy this little headset that you put on, and what it does is it helps you. I don't know how to say it. So it helps you determine or listen to what other languages are saying. So like, my mom's Greek. So if
Yep.
my mom was speaking Greek and I have this headset on, it would tell me what she was saying in Greek, but in English.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that.
So I got it not to talk to my mom because I know what she's saying because I'm Greek. But like, I go get my nails done.
And do you know what they're saying?
I
when
have
they're
no
talking
idea
about
what they're
us?
saying. So I bought this thing so I can put it on so I know what they're saying, right?
Seriously?
Well, but here's the deal. It's
Doesn't
still
work?
in the box.
Oh,
I can't figure out how to use it.
okay, bring it over when we have our mother-daughter because I want to know when the ladies that do my nails stop talking in English and start talking in whatever. whatever.
Vietnamese.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So,
I mean, at this nail salon, they actually come from several places. So, yes, we always want to know. And I sit there, or my brother and sister-in-law will start talking
in
German, and I'm
German.
like, yes.
Right. So I thought that that would be fun. And, you can program it to either, Greek, German, whatever, just, and I thought it was going to change my life, and it's still sitting there. I did open it. I did try and look at it. I did try and read the instructions, and I thought none of this makes any sense. So anyway, I thought it would change my life, and it's still in the box.
Well, okay, but I don't know that. I think that's a good buy. You just need to use it. You just need
Okay.
to get it out of the box. I don't think it's delusional. I think that's a good one.
Okay, it is. It could be. I just need to work on it. But
Makes
there
it
are
work.
some things that, like, for instance, how many times we bought a cookbook because it was amazing and we were going to use it, and maybe we
I
haven't
just
used
did.
it.
On the way home from Fredericksburg, Texas, I bought the Cowboy Cookbook. I used it once for one of our Foodie Fridays. Do I think I'll use it again? I don't know. I don't think so.
Planners, people have gone to planners, on your phone versus like a book planner. But we've purchased book planners. We've bought. There's so many different things that people buy. Resistance bands was one of them. Someone said to me, oh, I bought these resistance bands and I haven't used them. I'm like, well, I don't know. I kind of like using mine. I do use my resistance bands, but those are types of things that people have bought. So question is, what is that one thing that someone has bought that they're like, oh my gosh, this is going to change my life or make a big difference? But you know,
And it doesn't. Well,
it,
you know what? It's so funny because you make me think when you talked about this of my brother when we were growing up, and he swore this particular pair of cleats would make him run faster and make him the best athlete. That was delusional because he
right,
still played the same. The shoes weren't going to change him.
right?
But yeah, we just asked you in the comments, what delusional purchase have you bought or made that you thought would change your life? Now, I will
What have
say
you
this.
made?
Well, I was
Or I'm
thinking
not
about.
made, but purchased.
So what I was thinking, but again, it's kind of the same thing that I just need to go back to it, right? So for me, it was not that I thought I was going to turn into this concert pianist, but I bought a very expensive piano that I was taking piano lessons and was playing and absolutely thought this will calm me. This will center me. This will make me not work so hard. And then what happens? All of a sudden it's sitting there in our sitting room. Is it beautiful? It's a grand piano. Yes, it's gorgeous. But you all know that I went away from it because I was in my car accident. And when I sit down to read music, it affects me and triggers those concussion symptoms. But it really was changing my life. But now I sit there and look at it going, oh my gosh, that's a heck of an expense if I never get back to it. I keep looking at it though and saying, please bring me back to it. So I don't know, that can kind of fall into but I think the reason I say that is that some people say, I'm going to buy this for my kid or buy this for myself. And suddenly I'm going to be there and I'm going to have parties and I'm going to play for everyone. And then all of a sudden it just sits there. So you got to think about those big purchases. For me, I'm going to ask you to be my accountability partner, Dot, and tell me to slow down and get back to playing my piano.
Well, I think that, what happens is it's just like in life, all of a sudden everything gets busy. And then
Yeah.
when you get that downtime, then you can go play, but then you get busy again. It's, in same thing in real estate or same thing in, a lot of people's jobs, same thing in my husband's job. He can go from crazy, 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 crazy busy to slows down a little bit to busy. And, we do need to capture those opportunities in life where we do slow down and do make a difference, do connect
Balance.
with friends, ask a few people to come over, hang out and play for them, kind of get that started again.
I'll play chopsticks for you. No, you know what? But it's a good point. My sister-in-law, God love you, Tina, brought it up last night. She was like, I'm a little worried about you. You're taking on more and more. And now I have even more on my plate that I can't wait to go to lunch and tell you about that. It's just blowing my mind of what's coming at me. But it's really the feast or famine in life. God provides. And then when things are taken away, you get scared and go, what's happening? And then it's just making room for his vision for you. And what's coming at me, she's like, I'm a little worried because Monica, life is not all about just work, work, work. Jim's getting ready to retire maybe in a year and a half. He wants to travel. What are you going to be doing? Just work, work, work. And I said, see, this is why we need people very close to us to say, do you realize that all you're doing is working all day long? And so I'm trying to find that balance. Look, we're going to make our lunch date. We promise this, but this is why you need people attached to your
Right.
hip, close to you, to call you on those things, right? We're being real with this friendship aspect. Michelle said, so funny. I actually organized and purged my mudroom, which is basically all junk drawers yesterday. So ironic that we're talking about this today, right? Kind of crazy. Let's see. Rose, junk
Awesome.
drawer. Hair clips, pens, super glue, rubber bands, deck of cards, my high school demerit card. What?
What?
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. The back of battery items, matchbooks from my wedding. Oh my goodness, lipstick cover, used Charlie Gito gift cards that have $3.96 left on it. My dishwasher repairman asked if I had Jimmy Hoffa in there. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite comment of the morning. Okay, Linda says, if that headset works, I want one. Exactly. I agree with that. My son could use it too for when my daughter-in-law speaks French. She talks so fast you can never keep up. I love that. We all want to know where you got that from.
I know I ordered it online, and I'm telling you, it's such a great thing. I wish I actually had it here to kind of show it to you, but it's just like it's like a little ball, and you just take these two pieces out, you put one in and one in, and I think it's somehow connected to this somehow to determine,
You don't know where
which
you got
thing,
it?
huh?
You don't know where you got it?
I'll have to, no, I just got it somewhere
So,
online, one of those
everybody,
late
here's
night
what I
things.
promise you. I will find out from Dot where she got it,
Yep.
because now we don't think it's a delusional purchase. We all think it's a great one. And by the way, when you travel, I think it's perfect. Right? Michelle's
Right.
getting ready to go to Paris in a week, and then she's going to go to Tuscany, and she probably wants it because she knows a
Right.
little bit about some of the languages, but you want to know more. So I like that purchase.
It'll be fun.
Stephanie
will.
says, I got a new puzzle of the Eiffel Tower. I got it started. It's still on my table. So many colors drives me crazy. I need to finish it. You will in time. Michelle, yes, you have been. Michelle says, I've been telling you to slow down for years. Everybody does. It just has to connect with me. Just when I try to slow down, though, Dot, more comes at
Right.
me. And I don't know how
Right.
to say.
In this industry, they say just plan a vacation, and then you'll have all these people saying, "Sell my house, sell my house, sell my
Yep.
house,"
Yep.
and that's what happens.
Well, here's what I do promise each and every one of you that are concerned about me. When I go to celebrate my 10th anniversary with my husband, we're going to Cabo. I'm not doing shows that week. I'm going to completely just go away and enjoy time with him. So unlike in the past where I've done shows from Cabo, I did shows from Italy. I'm not. No shows that week. No live shows, I should say. We'll be re-airing some of our best of. There we go. See, Michelle just said I need it for Paris. So Dot will find out where she got it, and she'll let us know. Okay, before we wrap up with Dot, and this is a longer show today, we've got our Foodie Friday we are going to do with our interns in the kitchen making some mean banana bread with Hayden and Gabriel. Our toxic love affair, and for Dot, she says, with Target. You've got a love affair with Target?
I think everyone has a love affair with Target, but it's one of those things where you go in for one thing and you leave with multiple things.
Yes.
So you go to Target, you go to get whatever you're going to get there, and you leave with multiple things. And so you hear that all the time. And we were all talking, at our luncheon with a bunch of girls, and everyone talked about how you go in for one, et cetera. My situation, Monica, was, so I had just gotten off work. I'm walking towards Target, going in to get my one thing. It's something like like a book or paperwork, aisle. And then I get halfway there. I go back to my car. I put on these flat shoes because my feet hurt from working all day. And so I've got these flat shoes on. They don't match my outfit. I look a hot mess. That's okay. So I go in. And it is so hot. You know how you walk into a store and it like hits you with that cold? Well, it didn't. So you're walking in there, I grab my cart and I'm like, gosh, it's so hot. So then I just throw my hair up in a ponytail because, I just need my hair off of me because I'm hot. And I'm trying to find what I need. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not feeling good. I got these crumpy shoes on. Yeah, I'm just going to go find myself a lipstick. So I go to find myself a lipstick. I'm over there in I guess, with Ulta or whatever they want to call that area now in Target. Uh-huh. And I'm going to get my lipstick. And I notice this huge line of cosmetics. And so I'm like, well, I'm gonna get this and this and this. And like $100 later, I've got all this cosmetics and it's like, I'm all hot and bothered. So I'm just going to get my cosmetics. I'm going to leave. I'm going to do whatever. I go home. I throw all my old stuff away. And I got all my new stuff. Well, I use my new stuff for about a week and like, I don't like it at all. And I'm thinking that stinks. So now I go back to Ulta and I get all my old stuff back because I'm going to throw away the stuff that I just bought out of the fact that like I was hot. I don't know, my Spanx was too tight, my bra was tight. I don't know what, but I was hot. I was hot and I was in the store and I felt a hot mess and I just started with a lipstick. That's what
Well,
I did.
look, Dot's, look, Jim says it all the time. We will go to checkout at a grocery store and he'll go, I came in here for cereal. And about $200 later, Monica thought we needed to feed an army. So
Right.
it's literally everywhere, right? You think you go in for one thing, but that's why I try not to get a cart, because if I have to carry it all, I can't go out with this mound of things. But usually what happens is I'm like this, and then somebody in the store goes, would you like me to get you a cart? And I'm like, I don't want one because I'm going to spend more.
Right. Right. I know. And it's like I literally needed to go to the right because I knew exactly where to go get all my paper goods. And instead I went straight. I'm like, oh, look at this scarf. Look at this purse. I mean,
Okay.
like, oh my
Can,
gosh.
can
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Before the party we recently threw, which we missed you at, by the way, I went up to Lowe's and I went up to buy some lands. Well, I wanted to do some beautification around the house, which I love. It looks really, really beautiful. So I put some flowers in. Jim was out doing stuff in the yard, and I'm like, I want to put stuff around the fountain. I want to put some things on the porch. So I was just going up to get flowers right into the home and garden area. I walked in. Suddenly, I thought I needed brand new furniture in the back by the pool. I'm buying a brand new. Well, wait, I felt like we needed. I bought a brand new umbrella to go by the pool, and then I got a cantilever one, like a huge one. So I call him. I'm like, I can't fit all this in the car. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, how many flowers did you buy? And I'm like, no, now I've got furniture and a cantilever, and I need you to come up here. We need to have it delivered, but I need it by tomorrow. And he's
Oh my
like,
God.
what is wrong?
Right. Right.
Right. So look, if we're all honest, we all do this. Debbie said that she needs the language translator for next May. Our Airbnb host in Rome doesn't speak English. Oh, see, I love it. Everybody wants that thing.
I'm telling you, it could be a great thing. I just can't figure out how to use it, but maybe someone can. Maybe someone
Hey,
can
I
tell
got
me
an
how to use
idea.
it.
I got an idea. You and I, because look at how many people just in our live show, and then people are going to hear this later. I think you and I need to be influencers for this company, and we need to make a kickback from it.
Well, I just want to learn how to use it.
Well, we will, but you know what? We need to have our own code that when they go to buy it, the money goes to Dot. Hey, I think this is a good idea. We got to do this. Michelle said I have a love affair with Hobby Lobby. Yep.
Yes.
Or the home store.
Yes.
That one's my favorite.
Yes.
Let's see. So we're asking you, what store do you have a love affair with, right? You just think, I'm going to go in for one thing and then here's my entire budget for the week. I spent it all. Rose wants to know if you can fill in for me when I go to Cabo.
Oh, sure.
She's
I'll
like,
just
wait a
add
minute.
I'll just
No.
add that to my list.
I'm not making her get any busier. No. All right. So Dot is busy, by the way, for today. So let's wrap up with this. Did you know? Okay, what's this one? Did you know this about pillows? What's this?
So I did not know. So what we decided to do was take the whole upstairs, both guest bedrooms, which are really for our grandchildren, and just get rid of all of the comforters and the sheets and the pillows and just start anew. They're all old fogey stuff and they're young kids. They want something, whatever. And the pillows were getting, I don't know, gross or like hard or, whatever. So we got rid of everything. We took stuff to St. Vincent's, and I heard that they told us that they don't take pillows.
What?
And they said that like Goodwill and all these places, they don't take pillows. And I'm not talking about like throw pillows. I'm talking about pillows that you sleep on.
Bed pillows?
And I was like, okay. And I literally had bags of them. And so the woman who had backed in to drop her stuff off, she looked at me and she says, hey, by the way, I'll take your pillows. We make dog beds out of them. And I thought, brilliant.
Yes.
So if you have pillows,
Mhm.
by the way, these places don't take them. Goodwill doesn't take them because I said, I'll just take them to Goodwill. He says, well, people just don't take pillows.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought that was a great idea for anyone who just needs to get some material. If you're a sewer or give it to someone who sews, you just get some material and you pop the pillow in, put a little zipper on it. And now they have a little dog bed versus it'll just go in the landfill.
Okay, good point. And those dogs, by the way, always smash the pillows down. They need to be a little bit fluffier. Okay, I like it. Let's take care of our babies.
There you go.
I love it. All right, so next month, Dot's got a great idea for all of you that love to see her on with me on a regular basis. Your idea for them is?
I would just like to know what the listeners would like to talk about next month. And if they contact you or write it in on our Facebook here, we will take that information and talk about your topic next month.
There we go. So you can email me again, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com if you have a topic. Again, we always say if you have a topic or a guest that you would like for us to have on the show, to shoot me an email. We also have Dot's email address. So if you've got comments or you want to tell her thank you so much for all that she prepares for us each month, we always have a lot of fun and get very educational with you. Give her a call, 314-324-3317, and her email address, and we say period since her name is Dot period Fleshman at cbrealty.com. Follow her on Facebook as well so you can see all of her listings and all the wonderful things that she has going on. We're not going to say why unless she wants to, but I was going to ask all of you to send some healing prayers and energy to Dot because she's had a little bit of a rough morning and yesterday as well.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
going through something.
Thank you.
Actually, your family, period, has been going through a lot. So let's just continue to say prayers for everybody.
Right.
I love you, my friend.
Thank
So,
you.
in this phone, we're putting our mother-daughter lunch.
Yep.
Dot's going
Yep.
to give us the name of the headset.
Yep.
And then we got to make our plans with Rose. So we've got marching orders.
I know. Sounds good. I look forward to meeting you, Rose, one day. It will happen.
Yes, we're gonna get to Defiance Ridge. I think that would be a great time. Well, I love you, my friend. Have a
Love you too.
beautiful day, weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
And to everyone else as well. Thank
All right,
you.
Foodie Friday
Bye-bye.
coming up. Foodie Friday with Hayden Schwab and Gabriel Bell. We've got a long show for you today. You're going to enjoy this. Good morning and welcome to another Foodie Friday. This one's going to be a fun one because I'm going to introduce you to my interns. One, sad on his way out, but this is the wonderful thing about an internship is you never know where it's going to take you. So he and I are in talks of maybe keeping him on. So maybe you'll see him in a whole new role. And then we've got Hayden. So this is Gabriel Bell and Hayden Schwab behind the camera, Hayden Baggett and Zach Kimball, as we bring you another Foodie Friday from Slyman Brothers Appliances. This is the West County location. You've met with me a couple times doing these shoots. Gabriel has done a lot of these. Gabriel came to me to do sales and marketing and suddenly took on everything else. We're going to talk today about what they've loved the most in their internship. And then they both said, hey, what if we join you on a Foodie Friday? No. The funny thing was, right away I said, well, that sounds great, Gabriel. What do we make? Nothing really.
I don't know. No, yeah, I said, it's funny. You asked me, like, what do you make? And I said, I don't make anything. I can make PB&J, but I don't
You can
think
heat up
that'd be
ramen noodles?
I can. Well, in a microwave if they're already cooked.
Right? You all remember he's 20 years old, he's 17 years old, right? Remember that time frame? But the great thing was he said, but I do take really good direction from my mom. And so it was going to be, okay, I'm going to come up with an idea. He's going to be my assistant. Instead, he jumps in and Hayden says, I make a mean banana bread.
I do make a mean banana bread. I had to prove my point. My parents were really excited when I said, yeah, I'm going to go make some banana bread.
Well, okay, so welcome in, by the way. So that is how the show's going to play out. We're going to talk a little bit about the internship, and then we're going to make some banana bread, and then we're going to do our taste. So we're going to make while talking. Let's give a little background, though, on both of you. So I just mentioned you're 17. Tell them where you go to school.
So I go to Liberty High School in Lake St. Louis, and I'm going to be a senior this year. And I'm hoping to become a filmmaker after I complete high school. So I will see where that route takes me. But this has been pretty amazing so far in terms of what I'm learning.
I love it, and we're going to talk about the CAPS program that a lot of people maybe have never heard about, but that's how he found me, and that's how he was able to join us. Gabriel, tell them where you went.
Yeah, so I've been going to St. Charles Community College. That's actually how we met. Was you were giving a speaking engagement at my college, and I was the stage director, so we kind of corresponded a little bit, and then I gave you my card, and we emailed back and forth, and now here I am. couple months later, having a blast. So
We'll talk about what they've loved and what their strengths were coming in, what their weaknesses were, and then how those have really rose up. So if you, by the way, do have a kid that is in school right now that's thinking about doing, I like to say an apprenticeship, right? Let's give them that title. Have them email me, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. So we'll talk about all this fun we've had over the last few months. But we are also here to bake at the Slime Brothers Appliance Kitchen. Aren't these appliances amazing, guys?
Yeah.
I mean,
He showed us the oven, and I was like, wait. So I was like, how does this work? And he was like, yeah, you just
turn
push
the knobs and all
then
that.
you push this, and literally it's just that. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I know. It was actually really cool because I had no idea how to work it. I was like, oh, that's it.
okay, there's some people that are like, okay, well, that's a regular oven. No. There's nothing regular about the appliances at Slyman. Sub-Zero, Wolf, Cove, those are some incredible appliances. Come in to one of their locations, and there are many. Find the one that works for you. And by the way, thank you to all of you that have supported them already. I've had a lot of emails of people that have come in and bought their appliances. This is the one that I love. This is a steam oven. You've got to check this one out. I know we're not using this one today, but we have in past shows. You can get a facial instead of going to a spa while you open it up. A steam oven, and come on, there's a coffee maker in there. So yeah, some really cool things, and let's support them because after all, they have been around for 60 years, which is just absolutely incredible. And they're very supportive. I understand that they're doing a lot of sponsorships with youth sports. They do some things, yes, with like soccer teams. They got a lot of things coming up and giving back to their community. So thank you to Slyman. Okay. He says he makes a mean banana bread. Let's find out. So what are your ingredients, Hayden?
So to start off, we have obviously 3 bananas.
We need bananas and banana bread.
Oh, you know, that's a funny story, actually. My mom.
Oh, wait, okay.
My mom, so first of all, disclaimer, she makes a fantastic pumpkin bread.
Oh.
My favorite. I absolutely love her
I
pumpkin
could get down
bread.
with some pumpkin
Yeah.
bread.
I know, it's amazing. But one time she was making the pumpkin bread, and wouldn't you know it, completely forgot the pumpkin puree. Like, didn't put it in at all.
That's not pumpkin
And so
bread.
it's not even, it was like a gray colored bread. Apparently it still tasted good. I wasn't actually
So
there.
what was the
but
main ingredient in it?
salt. Apparently it still tasted pretty good.
With zero
but
pumpkin.
with no pumpkin in it.
Well, we are not going to leave the bananas out of our banana bread today. So good job getting the bananas.
Yeah.
I think a funny story for me is there was a few years ago whenever I first started making this banana bread, like when I found my recipe, I was telling my friend, because he spent the night one night, and he was like, dude, I am so hungry right now. And it was like very late at night because we were just up late, probably 2 in the morning. And I was like, we literally don't have anything except ingredients for banana bread, and we have ripe bananas. And he was like, all right, cool.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, because I love making banana bread, and I wanted to show him. So I spend like an hour making this banana bread, and I get done with it. It cools off and everything, and I cut him a slice.
And he fell asleep?
No. He takes a bite, spits it out, and I'm like, what? He goes, dude, I forgot to tell you, I hate bananas.
What the?
He
I
let you
was
go
like-
through the
He
whole
didn't
process.
listen at 2 o'clock in the morning that there were bananas in
I
your
was
bread.
like, are you serious right now? He's
I thought you were
like,
going to tell me he was
dude."
allergic to bananas.
No. He goes, I hate bananas. And I was like, wow.
Oh,
So I still give him stuff
what?
to this day.
Can you make zucchini bread?
No, I will be honest, completely honest. Zucchini is one of the
So he doesn't
4
like-
to 5 foods that I do not
You
like,
won't eat.
will not touch.
Have you ever
Let's do
tried
it.
it in a bread though? I can
I don't
understand
think
not
so.
having, because some people don't like it, like asparagus.
Yeah,
I
I love
can't stand
asparagus.
peas.
It's
Don't give me a pea.
No?
No.
Well, another funny story for you. It has to do with my mom and me this time. When I was, I think, like 2 years old, I wanted a bedtime snack, so I grabbed a can of peas. Like, you know, the full-size can of peas. Apparently, I ate the entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly don't know how, because I'm not the hugest fan of peas either.
No, especially
but-
not in a can.
Right, yeah, they're not great, but apparently I thought they were the best thing ever.
You
when
all
I
will
was
love
2.
this. I was in grade school, and my mom would give me 10 peas to eat.
Yeah.
She would count out 10. You're going to eat 10 peas before
eat
you.
10 peas.
Y'all remember, you don't get to leave the table until you eat all of your food.
Mm-hmm.
10 peas, sat there forever. Did not want to eat a pea. She walks away. I look at my brothers, and they looked underneath the table, and they shook their head. Again, bad brothers. They were egging me on to do it. I smashed the peas underneath my mom's table.
Like underneath the leg?
Oh, I thought you were going to say
so
you like fed him to the dog.
No, they didn't even want them. No, it was underneath the tables, literally smashing underneath the table.
Like
my
gum
mom,
under the-
Yes, and my mom would regularly, and this was a big, heavy table, tilt the table over to clean. And that's when you hear your middle name with your first name.
Uh-oh.
Monica
The
Lynn.
full
I'm like, she
legal.
found the peas. You all understand there's something in life that you don't like, right? Or maybe multiple things. Sometimes we just have to try it again.
That's me with zucchini. That was me.
But I always say, so canned peas, fresh.
Fresh peas are better.
Fresh
for sure.
vegetables in general
For sure.
are better. All right, we're having fun. I told you we're going to have some fun today. The Foodie Friday with my interns. Instead of cooking, we're going to bake today. So we know we need bananas. What else, Hayden?
So we have a cup and a half of flour.
Okay.
We're gonna also do 1 teaspoon of, baking powder, and then a half cup of sugar.
Okay.
And then with that, how I like to make this recipe is chocolate chips, but what I add, which I don't think a lot of people do, but it is pretty common, if you ask, depending on who you ask, is I add walnuts and chocolate chips.
So I think you told me the other day that you took 2 recipes and combined them, right?
Yeah.
So did one have more of the chocolate chips in it and the other one had nuts?
So the first recipe, which I had to spend a while like trying to find again because it was so old, that one had like 1 egg in it, which by the way, we're using 2 eggs today.
Okay.
That one had 1 egg in it and like a half cup more of flour, which when I did that the first time, it did not work well because it would either get too high, or if I didn't use like a second egg, then it would, I don't remember exactly.
Is that as moist maybe?
Yeah, some of it was more runny.
Okay.
Like a lot of times, but it's not necessarily like a terrible thing if you like runny, or not runny, but like moist banana bread.
Yeah.
Like some people like it way more moist than
Well,
like
and as you
soup.
know, a lot of people have an allergy to nuts, so you would just eliminate the nuts in this and have the bananas and have the chocolate chip, which I think would still be great. Let's be real. I like to be real. So we love to, by the time the show wraps up, taste. And some of these ingredients, or I should say recipes, take a long time. And so by the magic of television, oh my gosh, there it is. We know it's ready to go. We're not trying to fool you. You know that we've had another one ready to go. So I asked Hayden last night, can you make sure you have one ready to pull out of the oven? And he was real with me. He woke up this morning and said, Monica, we can't eat this. We cannot have this one. He's like, I don't know what happened, if the bananas were not ready to go or it maybe got overcooked.
Yeah.
But he's like, you are not eating this. And I said, well, let's at least show it. And the reason why is everybody in life should be real.
Yeah.
You know how many times chefs and those who bake have made a dish after a dish until they should never say they perfect it, but they make it the way we all would want.
Yeah.
And then when it's on Instagram, they don't show these things. They should, until it becomes beautiful. Not everything is beautiful.
By the way, this is the product that you get whenever you put powdered sugar into your banana bread mix.
Is that what happened?
Instead of flour.
Oh,
So-
that's what happened
That explains
here.
it.
You know what? I said I'm going to try it still.
I was gonna say he tasted it. He
tasted
said
I
it wasn't
I
bad.
dipped a little finger in it and it was not bad.
I dipped his little finger. What about his big finger?
But yeah, so another quick funny story
That's
is
what happened, huh?
I made this banana bread last night, just like Monica was talking about. What I did not realize was that it was powdered sugar because, and this sounds like I'm blaming my family, which I am, because I don't
Well, I am. He says,
I don't want to take the accountability for it, but because the reason I say that is because for the last 5 years, flour has been in one thing every single time.
Oh, it was not marked.
No.
Okay.
So I did it last night and I'm stirring and I'm like, this is not right. Because it was runny. Like the mix that I made was very runny and
get
watery.
a spoon.
I'm going to try it.
And I'm like, it's not right.
Let's
'cause I
make
put
him
the
feel
chocolate
good.
chips in it.
It's got, so what? It has powdered sugar. Now, it may not look Instagram worthy, but I bet you it still tastes good. It smells good. I can smell the
smells
nuts
pretty
and the
good.
banana.
I don't know.
Did you try it?
I didn't actually. Is it good? Decent? Sweet?
It's sweet.
Sweet.
It's
I was
sweet.
gonna
It's
say, I feel
sweeter
like it's
because of
definitely
powdered
sweet
sugar.
because you replace the flour with sugar.
Monica on
So it's probably, yeah,
Who needs Monica on sugar?
right? The world.
All right. This is what
Monica
Everyone
doesn't
needs
even drink
this.
Caffeine.
No, I do not. This is what they've all been waiting for, Monica and sugar. So this is what we're going to try to redo, okay? But here's the deal. As you know, since you like to bake, baking is a science.
Yes.
Cooking, which
Cooking
I
is
enjoy
the art.
doing, is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A lot of times people are like, I don't even have a recipe. This is just, every time it might be a little bit different, but when you want it to be consistent, you got to get that recipe going. So baking is the science. Hayden Schwab, Gabriel Bell, it is a Foodie Friday at Slyman Brothers Appliances in West County, and we are going to start baking, so don't go anywhere. More of Foodie Friday when we return.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
Welcome back to a Foodie Friday. We're having a lot of fun in the Slyman Brothers Appliances West County kitchen with my apprentices. Is that how you would say it? I think. Is that correct?
I would.
Gabriel Bell and Hayden Schwab. And we are baking today, not cooking. So we're going to be using the oven. We're making banana bread because he says he makes a mean banana bread. So you're going to put him to work while I sit here and enjoy, since I get to tell you all what to do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He gets to tell you what to do.
That's right.
So what's he going to do for you?
So Gabriel's going to be mashing the bananas together, and then he's also going to be putting this melted butter into it. So for the melted butter, you're going to use a 1/3 cup of butter.
Okay.
And just melt that in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Give it a little stir. Make sure it's all settled. And then after you mash the bananas in there, just
How many
pour it in.
bananas?
3.
All 3 of them?
3 for
All
this
right.
recipe.
And without the peel, right? Okay.
And don't throw the
Depends.
peel because I don't want to fall.
Don't throw the peel.
So this is going to be just a regular loaf pan, right? So it's
Yes.
going to serve, well, it depends on a very hungry 17-year-old boy. He'll eat the whole thing himself.
I could.
Otherwise, it's there for the family for a little bit.
Right.
Can you run back through the ingredients for those just tuning in?
So just from the start, we're going to use 1.5 cups of flour. We're going to be using 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, about 1/2 cup of walnuts, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 cup of sugar, and then 1/3 cup of butter with 2 eggs and 3 bananas. Oh, and then also a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Yummy. And so let me ask, I ask everybody that cooks, chefs, baker, whatever, are you using real butter?
Yes.
See?
And I prefer to use real butter over like a spray butter, because to me it just tastes better. Like you can just kind of feel the difference between like the authentic taste compared to like, because when I cook eggs in the morning, like I hate using like the spray because it just does not taste good, and
nasty.
it's like,
It's nasty.
but real butter obviously is good for you. Well, I wouldn't say good.
Well, but
it's great
everyone
for
who cooks, they say, don't skimp on that.
Yeah.
And again, some people might say, well, I'm
It's
trying to be
just
healthier, but
personal
especially in
preference.
baking, I've heard from all good bakers that use real butter.
Yes.
So there you go. We are using butter. Okay. Is there a science to how you want him to mash this?
I mean, not necessarily. I use a fork. And
Look
just
at, he's
kinda-
fancy with gloves on, by the way.
Yeah, you get your hands in there and just.
I was gonna honestly, I might not even use this. I'll be honest.
Well, I am
with you.
actually now glad you have gloves on.
Yeah. Well, that's
Because
why I
he's using his
reached in,
hands.
because I'm like, hey, I got gloves. I'm fine.
All right, he's just going to mash this up good.
I think I might just. Yep.
Then after he's done mashing, he's going to put the melted butter
Yeah.
on.
How mashed should it be? Like,
Just
Very
as much
mashed.
as you can get.
Like
I can
you
do
can
that.
give it to a baby.
right on.
And then you're going to be putting all the other ingredients.
I got
So
That's a
yeah,
fun
in this
job.
bowl, I'm going to be mixing in the flour.
Did you take that bowl from my house? I swear, everyone has that same bowl. Do you have that bowl at home?
I think I've had this
Maybe.
probably since the time I was born.
Yes, this red bowl
Yes.
is actually, it's passed down, I think. That's my husband
Really?
brought that in. Yeah, we have that bowl at home.
We have like 3 of them.
It's tried and true.
It is. It's the best bowl. It's like sturdy. It only has this little tiny chip on it, and I've been alive for almost 18 years.
Is
now.
it what material is it?
Is this
Like
Tupperware?
Tupperware?
It always, yep, it's Tupperware.
Always.
Because it lasts forever.
You know, I'm not sure if this is actually true, but I did see a headline. You know, I heard Tupperware is actually going out of business
I
because
have heard that too.
because they made like the stuff they make is so good, like nobody's going back to buy more. So once you
'Cause
buy
it
Tupperware, it lasts forever.
forever.
And so they're going out of business now, apparently.
He's doing a good job over here. Okay,
I
it
think
doesn't
this
need to
is-
be liquefied, does
Yeah.
it?
Well, you said to a baby.
Yeah, that looks
Sure,
right. I would
baby.
just stir
That
that.
looks
like,
Okay, all right.
a little
Okay,
more, and
stir it a
that's
little
like
bit with
perfect.
your fork and then put the butter on top?
Yep.
Okay, and then you're gonna put all these ingredients in, and then are you gonna just fold the ingredients in together, just mix it a
Yeah.
bit, and then are we putting the eggs on top of it?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
So, just gonna make sure that's right.
He measured these all out beforehand.
I did.
Getting everything ready. So how did you get into making banana bread?
My Oma, my dad's mom.
I didn't know you were German.
Yes.
All right.
German. She's 100% German, actually. She came to America whenever she was 14 by herself.
Wow, the
By
resilience
yourself,
of a
dang.
woman.
Yep.
Women power.
Of
go.
course. So yeah, she came to Illinois. I think Alton is where her real dad stayed, because he was from America, and he met my Oma's mom because he was in the Second World War, I think it was. But yeah, she came over to America whenever she was 14, grew up here with just her dad, had to learn English, and she still has a very thick German accent.
Oh, I love
but
it. I want to talk to her.
her signature thing is baking. So like my whole life, every birthday party she's made these like extravagant cakes for me.
Yeah.
And just everything. Like I remember my 5th birthday party, she made she carved a watermelon into a shark.
Oh,
and
I love it.
I think that's just kind of
That's
where it
cool.
began for me, was just like learning to bake with her. Because then the first time I got to do anything with her, which was kind of weird just because I've never been like super close with her, but then the first real thing was Thanksgiving a few years ago. We got to do a Dutch apple pie, which is my favorite dessert. A Dutch apple pie with
telling you.
Granny Smith apples.
Wow.
Which I know they're not good for baking. A lot of people frown upon using green apples for baking, but I really love just like the sour apples. So I was like, we have to do this, and it was the best thing ever. And not saying I'm not biased just because I made it, but
Well, no, again, it's the traditions that are passed along from grandparents, parents, down. Some of the best memories, right, are with your grandma or your grandpa or your mom or your dad. Pay attention to them and then take those recipes forward. So I see, that's what I wanted to know. Where did Hayden get the idea to bake?
Yes.
It's from Oma. Okay, so you've got all the powdered ingredients together. Now, putting these,
I'm going to
mixing. Uh-oh.
mix these. Oops. Mix those together, and then now what I'm going to do, because
Crack the eggs?
Crack the eggs in this little bowl. Because what I realized a few years ago, which I did run into a few times, and I just didn't catch it the first few times, was that if you crack these eggs over that batter, it is not going to be your friend.
Why?
Because if you try to mix it, it gets all like
Congealed.
and it's like very sticky and.
Okay, good to know.
So should I be mixing this yet?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Just sit still.
Let's set those there.
Do the robot.
Just put that fork.
Fork?
Can I steal that fork?
Yes.
Which one? This one?
Yep.
Okay. Again, if you're just
Butter.
tuning in, Foodie Friday from Slyman Brothers Appliances in West County. Hayden Schwab and Gabriel Bell, I'm losing my team, we're making banana bread, a mean banana bread at that, he says. So once we have all the ingredients ready to go, we're gonna put it in the oven for how long and what temperature?
50 minutes to an hour at 350 degrees. You're gonna start off with 50 minutes, and if it needs more, then you go to an hour max, but that's really all that it needs.
How do you test when bread is done?
So you can either take like a toothpick or something, or you can stick the fork in it and take it out, and if it comes off with any like particles on it or just any leftover residue and it's sticking to it, I would put it in for longer.
See, and it's never changed. If any of you have any other tips, you can let us know, but that's how I learned when I was your age. It's always been the toothpick.
So speaking of tips, Monica, if you're making banana bread and you're wondering like whenever you should make banana bread, like a typical rule of thumb I think that a lot of people don't know is that whenever you're like about to throw away bananas when they get all gross and brown and stuff, it's actually the perfect time to use them.
Whatever.
So if you're about to throw them out, I would not. I'd be like, oh, I can
Make
make some
bread.
banana bread. So instead of throwing them away, take your brown bananas and just stick them in the freezer for like
That's
a
what
few
my mom
weeks.
does.
And then it's
And then
like,
bring it out?
Yeah, bring it. It's perfect.
Or you can take that banana, let me have that banana for a second, and you can use it as a telephone.
That's right. Or I would always use it
Use
as
it
like
for your banana.
a sword or a gun or something. I'd be playing Action Man with that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, we're bringing us up back to our youth. Okay, we're making banana bread in the kitchen, and like I said, please do us a favor, support those that support us. We've been having such a blast, have we not?
Oh, yeah.
With these Foodie Fridays. It's truly become my intern's favorite shoot that they do.
And
Combining the ingredients.
Yep. And then
Okay.
the last thing that I'm going to add
Little
is
vanilla?
the vanilla.
And I'm still not touching it, right?
Nope.
He's like, don't touch my masterpiece.
Yeah.
Okay, soon we will be putting it in the oven, and we're going to talk to these
Perfect.
two.
Now go ahead.
Now he can start.
Yippee!
Okay, now you have a job again. I
do. I'm
So
employed again.
how often do you make banana bread?
I used to make it literally probably every other night just because of how much my family like loved it.
Oh yeah.
Because I would make it and then it made me feel good that my dad would like literally eat the entire loaf by himself.
Yeah,
which-
you want that,
yeah. That's
cool.
right? You want the fruits of
But,
your labor,
yeah,
people
It
enjoying.
has been a few years since I've made it just because there was a
A
point.
few years.
Not a few years, I say that, but
It's like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
probably.
but it was yesterday. Oh, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
I remember the last time I made banana bread was when I first started dating my current girlfriend. We made banana bread together.
And what is her
Aw.
name?
Reagan.
You just came back from vacation. They have the cutest pictures that they have. Were you in
Yeah.
Florida?
Yeah, so we stayed in Panama City Beach for a few days with her entire family, and then I think like the 4th day I met up with my family, and then we stayed in Destin for the rest of the
She's adorable, by the way.
Thank you. She is. She's very beautiful.
She is, and I don't know her personally, but obviously on the exterior, to me, the beauty comes from the inside. But she is a very pretty girl for sure.
She's amazing.
She seems like she's got good energy in her pictures.
She's. I don't know what I would do.
So we are mixed, and you have a girlfriend as well.
I do.
What's her name?
I do. Rosemarie.
Oh, what a beautiful name!
I know.
Wow, that's like an old school name.
Yeah.
Rosemarie.
Pretty.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, her mother's name is Dawn Marie. So I think that's
okay.
the yeah.
Getting to know our interns, right? The levels of them. So the two of them have been with me for the last couple of months, and as we are getting ready to put this in the oven, what has been your favorite part of your internship? We'll start with whoever. Gabriel?
My favorite, it really is, and I know this is like, it seems like a cop-out, but I will give an actual answer, but it is really hard to pick like one favorite thing. I mean, I've enjoyed so much. For the Foodie Fridays, it's funny, most of the time I'm behind one of the cameras helping with the shoot, and today I'm in front of the camera, which is a bit of a new experience, but that's been a lot of fun. And
He likes to eat.
yeah, that too. Helping at the shoot is always fun, because at the end I get to try the food.
Okay, you're good.
So is that good?
Yeah.
Is that good?
So you do. So, but what's taking you out of your comfort zone?
Well, honestly, most of what I've done, because I mean, like you were saying at the start, I mean, I came on thinking like, oh, I'm gonna help with the sales and marketing. I'm gonna learn that, and I've done every other aspect as well.
But
I mean, yeah, we just started talking about that like a couple days ago. So for the most part, I've been doing a lot of the more technical stuff. I've edited some social stuff.
You
I've
did a
helped
great
with the
job.
shooting. So I've learned a lot of the process besides the marketing.
Do you know why I do that?
I mean,
I want you to be
I'm not sure.
well-rounded.
Yeah, well,
Because I remember when I first started out, and we all have what we think our passion is. And you want to be introduced to so many levels of things, you have no idea where it would take you. And if you really pay attention later on in life, it will serve you. Did I ever think I was going to shoot, edit, direct, produce, host, all that? No, I got into this business because I wanted to tell stories. I love hosting.
Right.
Still do that, but the way the business has become, you have to be a backpack multimedia
Right.
journalist. So suddenly you
Jack
learn
of
all
all
those
trades
things.
kind of deal.
You should always, when we did the show earlier this week saying, say yes to opportunities. You never know where they're going to serve you in life. So I like to introduce all of them to many things, and then they're going to go, wow, I had no idea. Like Zach, you've heard me say Zach many, many, many times in the last year and a half. Zach came in as an editor. Then Zach took on directing. Then Zach was learning camera work. And again, we are always evolving and learning. As much as you learn from me, I learn from you. And that's that, keeping that open mind and learning from each other. So,
and I do appreciate that, because I have really learned a lot, and I think it has rounded me out a lot. Just being able to learn all the different aspects of the process.
Dig your heels
I've had
in.
a blast too.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
We have fun together. We
Right,
absolutely
we do.
have fun
We do.
together. Like these. Again, he said he really does love these Foodie Fridays. Foodie Fridays, Slyman Brothers Appliances, West County. Today with my interns making a mean banana bread.
Heck yeah.
So, okay, what do we do next? And then I'll ask you what your favorite's been so far.
So yeah, now that we have all the batter just completely mixed up and everything, which also is, if when you're mixing this, always want to make sure that you get every bit of flour and sugar and whatnot in it, because if you don't, it'll just, you can
Clump
see the
up.
little, particles, it'll clump up, just not good.
Bite into the banana bread. What's that? So we have little chunks here and there in the banana bread, just making it a little bit more full. All right, and then we're going to do some chocolate chips
Yep.
and walnuts. Again, if you
Yes.
just tuned in, you missed that Hayden actually took two recipes, that's the creativity in him, two recipes and put them together.
Yep. So you're going to use the half cup of chocolate chips first.
Okay.
Or doesn't really matter. And then
Are
take
those milk chocolate?
it-
Semi-sweet? Do you know?
I actually don't know. I just kind of grabbed them.
They're chocolate.
Give me some chocolate.
It's
Exactly.
chocolate. Does it really matter, Monica?
All right.
So yeah, that's about a half cup, because I'm gonna keep a few of them just in the bag, and you'll see why
Sprinkle
in
on
a second.
top?
Yep. Once I
There
put
we
it,
go. Look at you. I would not have guessed that. I thought he was going to take them home, snack on them on the drive home.
There you go.
I was like,
That's a
I was
possibility
like, I'm
too.
hungry. Let me get the
Okay, we're making banana bread, so we'll end up putting
yes.
this in the oven one more time
Yep.
for 50 minutes, check it, and then maybe another 10 depending on whether it's done or not.
Yes.
And what temperature?
350.
Okay, so are we ready to put that in?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do that, and then when we come back, we're going to also ask you what's
Yes.
been your favorite and what's taken you out of your comfort zone.
I cannot wait to
Having a
try.
lot of fun, right?
Yeah,
This is
of course.
Foodie Friday with Gabriel and Hayden. Don't go anywhere.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Welcome back. This has been such a fun shoot. We again are at Simon Brothers. We are at the West County appliance location. So we've told you, remember them, because when it comes time for your appliances that you need, support those that support us. 60 years in business. And I know you know that they deliver around here, but did you also know they deliver like the Ozarks, Columbia, Jefferson City? They're there for you. And I mentioned earlier, they really give back to the community that is given to them, which I absolutely love. My interns, Gabriel Bell, Hayden Schwab, were making a mean banana bread.
Yes,
That's
we
what
are.
he's been talking about. Okay, so they both have done the work. We're going to put that in, and by the magic of television,
Yes,
I think we're
magic.
going to have one to pull out
Oh, yeah.
and taste.
How about that?
So you mentioned earlier that you like being real with real butter.
Yeah,
So you're going to
course.
use that for the inside of your pan too,
So,
huh?
Just for this pan, I'm just literally gonna take the stick of butter, just kind of rub it. Oops. I'll just take this actually.
Spatula in, yep. He learned this banana bread, by the way, from watching his Oma.
Yes.
So if you don't know what Oma is, it's grandma. In Greek, it's yaya.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
What do you call your grandma?
Grandma.
Grandma.
Although I will say, on my mom's side, she insisted on being called Grammy because Grandma made her
Grammy.
feel old.
Okay.
But that was a preference, not a tradition thing.
You know, a lot of it's become Gigi. My mom's a Gigi.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
My brother, my little brother, he always called my grandma, my mom's mom, grandma. He called her Baga.
Baga. Okay.
I don't know where that came
That
from.
one I've never heard of.
These are fun
I think he
names.
started
These are
saying
all
that as a
fun.
little kid, and it just kind of stuck because now anytime he says grandma, she's like, Baga.
Baga. All right, let's put that in.
Gigi.
And then as we do this, before we do our taste test and let the team do the favorite thing that they like
Oh,
to
yeah,
do.
that's my favorite
Today, his role is being played by Hayden Baggett, which is a friend of yours, by the way.
Yes, Hayden Baggett, I did CAPS with. And by the way, CAPS,
Yes.
which it stands for the Center of Advanced Professional Studies. It basically immerses you into a work-like environment. So for any juniors or seniors that are still in high school, it gives you an opportunity to learn about different businesses and how you want to further your career. So like, for me personally, I want to become a filmmaker in my life, and I didn't think that was very achievable. Before I started CAPS, I was like, I have no clue how I'm going to do this. Like, I just know that it's something that I'm interested in. And then my mom, she knows the director of the CAPS program, Mrs. Erica Land, who, by the way,
getting
she's
brownie
amazing.
points here.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's one of the nicest people ever. Like, she's just great. She introduced me. She was like, you should really do this. Like, I think it would be a great thing, and you can even do filmmaking. And I was like, what am I going to do?
He was like, score, I'm there.
So-
that was his introduction.
Yeah, I
Hang on, I'm
joined-
going to check this. We have this. I don't want to overdo this. Okay, I think it's about done.
So, yeah.
So CAPS program is how he came to me, and the most passionate thing that you've done so far in the last couple of months is what?
The most passionate thing that I've done here in the last couple months was, so obviously wanting to become a filmmaker. I didn't really have much of a hand or experience in that before. And when I started here, I knew that I was coming. I heard. So me and Gabriel were at the same convention that Monica actually spoke at.
Yep.
And she was calling people out, and she was like, any aspiring entrepreneurs or just whatnot. And Hayden Baggett actually raised his hand because he's starting a small business called Fuoco, which is a digital media marketing company. But anyways, I actually reached out to Monica and I was like, hey, I'm Hayden Schwab. I'm a 17-year-old junior in high school still. and I want to become a filmmaker. So if there's any way that I could possibly just learn from you or, do anything, like I would just love the opportunity. And she was nice enough, and I was blessed to just receive this opportunity because in the last few months, everything that I was doing before, I kind of felt like, what am I doing? And then I got here and I got to learn, just like Gabriel, like just a multitude of things. So I can't really say that there's like
one main thing.
It's literally because it's everything that I've been wanting to learn, and it's great, like editing, directing,
Baking.
and then working.
But the thing is, there's so much that I think the viewers have no clue what goes into putting these shows on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rules, and they've all done really, really well. The piece de resistance, the chocolate chips that we're putting on there. All right, we're gonna put that one in. As we do that, we're gonna pull one out, and we're gonna taste this. Is it really a mean banana bread?
We'll
hey,
see.
we're all about being kind. Why is this a mean one? Let's pull this baby out.
Let's try.
We may have
That
baked
looks
it a little
good.
bit longer.
I like my banana bread a little crispy.
And so he told us earlier that he wants to put some on top of it.
I think that's perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I meant put them on top of
that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right, so banana bread. And here's the thing. If you have a recipe that you would like for us to take on, you can shoot those to me. If you have a chef or a restaurant that you would like for us to feature, reach out to me. The email is info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. And we've had a lot of fun with these. Eventually, we're going to debut something special where we have our studios. I'm excited for this. So if you don't know, Adventure Unknown in Fenton, Missouri is where I moved my studios. We used to be in Richmond Heights at the University Club Tower building. We moved back in February for a lot of great opportunities like this. Literally being able to do the show, run down the hall to a kitchen and do these segments eventually live, which
That'd be fun.
Which is fun.
could be a movie.
Okay, so this is what it looks like before, gooey gooey, and this is what it looks like after. So we're
looks
gonna
really
do a taste test. You ready for it?
I'm so ready.
He's already licking
I'm
his.
right, yeah.
Licking my
Licking
chops.
his chops. That's
All right,
right.
I'm gonna use this.
Yeah,
this
we
was
need- we
mine.
need
It's like the mask.
Do we have
the
a new
tongue's-
fork?
My
This
tongue's
is mine.
rolled out right here.
I already used this. Do we have a different fork?
Yes.
I'll use this for my taster.
Well, we got a spoon.
So mom and dad are very happy that he's
Yes.
found his way back to baking his bread because they love it. What did mom and dad make best, by the way?
Yeah, there's the spoon. There's no fork.
What do my mom and dad make?
Yes.
best?
What's their best recipes?
I would say that my dad makes probably the best guacamole that I've ever had.
Oh, we need him for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Can you give me a plate?
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
then my mom, she
Keep
makes
checking the wrong drawer.
the most amazing like chicken and cheese croissants.
Oh,
She
sounds
puts,
good.
forget what she put into them.
He gave me a spoon.
But those croissants.
Oh, there
man, they're-
was. It's not my
I
fault,
just
Mom.
snorted. All right, so what would you tell future students who are thinking of joining our internship program?
I would say don't be scared to, even if you don't know anything about it. That was exactly what me or Hayden Baggett and I had to deal with. He didn't really know anything about it, and he went. Erica Land, like I was saying, she came to talk at his school actually, and a lot of kids just don't know about it, and it's one of it. Like, if you're not in it, like you should be, because it is the most fulfilling thing that you could do in your high school experience, like compared to just sitting in a classroom all day. Like, you get to learn actual real world stuff, and you get the opportunity to do like your dream job pretty much, because CAPS does it. They take your interests and they go and find people that you're interested in. So like any business sites that we've been on or any professionals that we've met, like it's all tailored to you and they do it for you. And
It reminds me of when I was in school and then I was able to go and really get hands-on training.
Yes.
And to me, that's what made me the broadcaster that I am today. It's just throw you straight into the fire and then let's see what you do with it. Okay, I get the first taste. Get yourself a fork, not a spoon.
There are no forks.
Oh,
That's the problem.
that
That's
was-
why I gave you a spoon.
All right, you're gonna have to eat with the spoon.
Yeah.
it's okay.
It's moist
Moist.
and it's hot.
Is it mean?
To me.
It's kind.
It's kind.
It is very good. Good job.
Thank you.
I love it. I've never had chocolate chips in a banana bread before.
Really?
That's a good tip. No, I love the fact that you combined
Oh, that's
these
my favorite
recipes.
thing ever.
Chocolate chip, walnuts, bananas, all of that together. And yes, it is nice and moist.
That is quite good.
Here, grab yourself a spoon.
Yeah, it's got just a little crisp on the outside, which I personally like. And then yeah. That is
He's
good.
like, yeah, I did a good job.
He's like, yup.
I'm so glad that you suggested this because and you're talking about OMAs, right? So my sister-in-law is an OMA. She learned from her own.
Really?
She's joining me. We were going to do it this week. She's going to join me in September instead as we get ready for Oktoberfest. And she's going to make schnitzel.
I love schnitzel.
Okay, you're going to enjoy that one then. So yes, is there a chef? Is there a restaurant? Is there a recipe you would like for us to tackle on a future show? Let us know that. Haven't you had fun? I told you we would have a good time today. Hayden Schwab, Gabriel Bell, on with me, behind the scenes, Hayden Baggett, Zach Kimball. We've had a lot of fun. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. More Foodie Fridays to come next week. Ty Davis. This man is going to blow you away from cooking, from arts, from music, from design and fashion. He is ridiculously talented. He was on our show about a year ago from a fashion standpoint with Black Creatives in the Lou. Now he's coming back to cook on a Foodie Friday.
There we go.
Can't wait for that. This man, I have a feeling, is going to be around a little longer in a different capacity. He wants to stay on his internship to work with his best friend. So we're going to have a lot of fun together. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another Foodie Friday. Bon appetit. By the end of this, I want 100% raising your hands. I'm here to empower you because you all have intrinsic value. I don't care if someone has told you that you don't. Today, we are here to make you believe in yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Bonacorsi, and I'm the president and founder of J Bloom. And I chose Monica Adams to be our keynote speaker because of the positivity that she illuminates whenever she speaks. She's an amazing influence and has so much impact on these women that they are going to leave changed.
It's a constant education. Never stop being the leader. If you are given the opportunity to be, and I hate the word boss, by the way, don't we like leader more? Have you all seen that image of a boss shouting behind their team and then the leader out in the trenches? And I know there's a lot of people that are thrown into your paths, and there are people who try to squash your dreams. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, your children, a boss that you've had, but you cannot, from this day forward, I'm going to ask you to not give them power any longer. So we think it, we write it, we hear it. Think right here. Make connections today. Then pave that way. You now have the awareness. So how do you pave that path?
Your message, like at the end, you can be anything, but before that, be kind.
Yep.
My husband's a pastor, and that every one of his sermons, that's always within it. That be kind.
Yep.
You have to be kind.
It is.
Oh, you're fine.
Look at this. So there's an employee out there who still thinks of you because you were kind to them. Never stop being that leader. By the way, I want to be remembered for this phrase when I'm no longer on this earth. The greatest rewards in life come from the most uncomfortable walk. God meant for me to talk to you. Oh, it's okay. You, honey, have a lot of value. And someone's told you that you don't. And I was meant to be in your life today. I've always said, I have chills. Do we all have chills? God, I say, if you can have me change one person's life, then I have done your job. I'm hoping it's all of you. See? She's not okay for whatever reason. I don't know your story, but I'm going to tell you they're wrong. And all these women believe in you.
To hire Monica Adams for your next event, email info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com.